Alrighty, so these are the Cardistry Shuriken playing cards from Sans Mines. On the top, you're going to see, just like the front of it is just going to say Cardistry with a nice Shuriken and a white tuck box with these two green blades piercing this spinning Shuriken. And on the back, it's almost the same thing, except for it has a little bit more design in the opposite corners. And then alongside that, the two sides are done in complete solid black, although it does do a bit of a wraparound because of that, but not really, not a ton. At the bottom of this one says Cardistry, and at the bottom of the back it does not. On the bottom it simply says Sans Mines with their logo. This has sansmine.com, and the top is going to be completely blank with a sticker. Possibly, I just put this back on. Like, I've already taken it off. It's just really solid sticker. And it's not really like this one. Like, you really can't tear this type of sticker. It's not really like a seal, it's like a sticker. It really is. So that's just kind of fun. Top is just completely white, and so is the inside. And that's all for the tuck box, and this is what the backs of the cards look like. So you basically have the back design of the tuck box, but on the playing cards. The faces are all really cool, but it is a borderless design, so fanning will look really good. And yes, you did see a bit of yellow, and I'll show you what these two cards are in a second. Those are also really fun. But first, let's get into how this deck handles. So for an EPCC deck, Expert Playing Card Company, most of the time they're really stiff, and this deck is actually really buttery. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of surprised by that. So springs, really nice. As you can see, fanning is nice and smooth. Not really much of a problem there. I mean, just look at that. The only one thing I'm kind of sad about is that it is a one-way design, and it is a two-way design. So like, if you go here and you flip it around, it's not gonna change it. Only problem with that is that this fan is gonna be the same as this fan. Both ways that you fan it, it'll look the same way because it's the same pattern. Let's check out farrowing. Actually, we can't check out farrowing yet because I need to show you the cards, and I've already put them in a certain order. Alrighty, so first we have the number cards. We have the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 of hearts, and they're all completely standard except for the red is a little bit darker. That's not just because of the lighting. I looked at it in different shades of light and contrasted them to bicycle, and it is a little bit darker. And then we have standard clubs, standard diamonds, and standard spades. So in other words, it's great as well for gameplay and Magic, alongside being great for cardistry. The backs are for cardistry, the faces are for Magic and gameplay. Now, the court cards have been customized because of all the yellow that was on the court cards is now replaced by this neon green, which happens to be this guy's favorite color, which really shouldn't come as much of a surprise, considering that's what is all of my logos and everything. So, neon green, favorite color, just in case you ever want to know. So you have your standard court cards that are bicycle standards. Everything is completely normal. And that is all for the court cards. For the hearts, ace of hearts right here, completely standard. Clubs, completely standard. And diamonds are standard. There's that. Now we have two jokers. We have a black Shuriken with the Joker written in green, and then we have a green Shuriken with Joker in black. Contrasted there, I kind of wish they would have done it just the same. Both would have done it with the green Shuriken and the black Joker, or both black Joker with green Shuriken. I really wouldn't have cared which way you did it. That's just my personal preference, just because I want to tell you the good and the bad. That's just because you need to know all the information. I don't want to lead you astray, because it's your money, right? And then, of course, you want to see your ace of spades, and your ace of spades is going to look like this, which is really cool that they use both the black and the green for it. I wasn't quite sure if they're just going to go straight green or what they're going to do, but I really do like this ace of spades. The other thing you guys need to check out is how this puppy farrows. And then after that, unless you can think of anything, so that's from bottom to top, and it farrows beautifully. And then right before I do this, make sure you let me know down in the comments what are specific things you would like me to do when doing my deck reviews. Top to bottom fares beautifully as well. Oh, I should probably do a Pharaoh fan. These cards would probably look cool. I'm going to take out the jokers though, because that'll probably make it weird. So, Pharaoh fan, there we go. And all these things that I do in these videos, if you want to know, just like drop it down in the comments, like how do you do a Pharaoh fan? And then I'll drop and show you where you can find the video for that I teach you how to do this type of fan. So one problem I do have with this fan that I'm not a big fan of is this thick white border here. Like it's a thick white ring. Now, the reason being, this white here, I do like cards that have this like broken border even on a borderless deck, because it's all the way around and it's all the way borderless, but there's this white here. There's a little bit of a gap between the black and the green. There's a little bit of gap here, gap here, gap here. Really wide gap here, and I like that. That's a great thing to have in a deck, to have a little bit of contrast, right? That looks fantastic, and it wouldn't look as good without that white. The problem is if the white comes all the way to here, like it's not just a little bit, it just keeps on coming. That way when you're fanning and doing a giant fan, it just looks really, really unprofessional. Either way, spreading, everything, this deck, how does it handle, how does it look, how does it feel? What would I to rate this deck? If I were to look at the tuck box first, tuck box I'm going to give probably an 8.5 out of 10. Not because it doesn't look fantastic and it has all my favorite elements, just because the sides are done completely in black and I feel like a little bit more could have been done there. I do like that there wasn't a ton of ad copy there, and I do like the colors. I just feel like a little bit more could have been done. I do think it's really cool and simplistic, but maybe a little bit more. Like the side is all black, the inside tuck flaps are just straight black. I know this really isn't a magic deck, but I still, of course, as a magician, would prefer to have like a reveal or something. But of course, that's just me. The inside is also just done in all white, which if you have seen like something like Theory 11, they of course completely emboss. They completely emboss their stuff. So maybe just like even just a little bit of embossing. Like if you literally just embossed the Shuriken, I think that'd be pretty dope. You did some black embossing and just have that Shuriken just pop off. That would have been cool. So I'm giving it 8.5, maybe a 9. These cards I'm going to give a 9, but the only reason I'm not going to give a 10 for the back design is that really big white patch here. For the actual faces of the cards, I'm going to give, honestly, I can't really find anything wrong with them, except for the fact that maybe because they are a cardistry deck, like it literally says cardistry on the box, that they'd be more centered for cardistry. If the goal is to be a more well-rounded deck, then maybe not putting cardistry on the box. The backs are definitely for cardistry, but the faces, they're just standard, which doesn't really make sense why you'd have cardistry and then standard. It'd feel like you either went double backed, or some decks have like lines here and lines here, like the verts, or there's many other decks that have little lines here or lines here, that way when you fan these, you also get a really cool fan here. So I just wish that would have been a little bit different. I want to give that a 9. And then handling is honestly just a 10. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the way that it handles at all. Like literally in any case. I really can't think of a single way, handling wise, that it needs to be done better. Because honestly, it just feels amazing. It's super, super soft. And that's really a great way to describe a deck. Whenever you can say the word soft when describing playing cards, it's a good day. Either way, let me know down in the comments what I can do for you better, and how I could upgrade these deck reviews. If you'd like me to do it a certain way, let me know. I'd love to make the best deck reviews for you. And if you guys would like to buy these playing cards, this is sent to me by buyworthy.com, buyworthyplayingcards.com, so you can go ahead and check them out. Not Buyworthy Playing Cards, just buyworthy.com. Buyworthy Playing Cards is the website. That's their company. Never mind. Sorry, that's a tangent. Buyworthy, thank you to you guys. Honestly, Josh, you've hooked me up with some great cards. These are, they're my favorite color. They're simply my favorite color. You guys can check them out down in the description. Go check them out for a great place to buy tons of awesome playing cards. So, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Please, please, please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. It really would mean the world. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is Card Perfect, signing off.